I put it to 0. So I said, look, just be gentle, car, be easy, right? This one turns it all the way left, thinking it's off. He goes out for one session, comes back in, I'm talking to a bunch of people. Super hot, and then punch that out. And then it's a matter of hammering this up. The X3 was actually my daughter's vehicle. I thought, you know, I haven't wrenched on a car in a while, so I'm gonna swap suspension. And that's what you saw in the previous episode, is me doing some of that work. It's been a while since I've been wrenching on cars myself, so it was kind of fun. The next day, I had him replacing the damper on the other side, and you know, that particular damper has a collar design, so there's a clamp essentially that the strut goes into, and there's a bolt that clamps and squeezes the bottom of the strut. Well, guess what happens after a couple years, and salt, and Jersey roads, and other shit? It rusts to snot, and the bolt eventually breaks. So what we're using is something called an inductive coil. Very cool technology. Basically, it's a metallic coil that's wrapped around a heating element. And what it does is it passes a current through the coil, which heats the coil up. Therefore, heats up the surface you want to expand as you're working on cars without fire. Very cool device. The one side effect is where you have lots of heat, what do you have? Smoke. And that's what that plume of smoke was through the shop. But you can see it generates a little bit of smoke.
I think something's burning.
Oh my God, DJ. You are smoking up the entire house. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Anyway, the X3 is fabulous now. Love the car. I think my daughter loves it, right?
Yes.
I'll let you then. Empanada time. We have cheese empanadas. We have hot sauce, beef empanadas, yuca chicken empanadas, but my favorite, cheese. There's a really good Colombian bakery, restaurant type thingy across the street. We get these yummy empanadas. And everyone just sits there and we just stuff ourselves in empanadas in the morning. It's a really nice tradition. Please, have some. It's team building, you know. A lot of fun. Have some empanadas. And when Dave's done with that, then he and I will call up the charger. Yeah. Because before we order any parts, I want to have a plan in my head for what we're doing with that charger. Because he's got a bunch of upgrades he wants to do.
Can you ask him when you speak to him if his charger is lifted?
Yeah, sure.
And what kit it is?
Okay. This is a client of ours, really good guy, very, very nice guy. He's got this charger that has 200,000 miles on it. So he dropped it off because it was making some noises and he wanted to do some upgrades on it. So we looked at it and we realized two things. One, the charger has a tow hitch on it. Because the performance mods are gonna negate any towing ability. So that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't want to throw random parts in this guy's car. I want to figure out what's the plan. What is he towing with the car? But the point is that he sent me a number of upgrades. This car has 200,000 miles on it. And the client wanted us to do cams and an intake, you know, pour a bunch of money into this car. I don't know if it really makes sense.
And everything on the car is 200,000 miles.
Yeah, that's true.
Issue.
So I'm terrified he's gonna pour a bunch of money into the car.
Blow it up.
And blow it up, you know what I mean?
Tow hitch on it.
Oh, would you stop? My guys are fixated on this tow hitch. You know, they're saying, Mo, it can't be a performance car if it's got a tow hitch. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what their problem was. We're having a meeting and one of our regular clients just comes in and comes right into my office. So let's give him a call. Jim!
No!
How are you?
Coming to check on my car.
What car? What car?
I don't know, but what's not being worked on?
Do we have this Roush?
Oh, Roush.
See what Roush? We don't know. Sits down on the couch, you know, without an invite. Love the guy. Has a Roush Mustang. It started as a stage 3. We swapped in a performance motor last year. It's his toy car. He loves the car. And it comes for regular maintenance. And that's what it was here for. You know, fluids and brakes and tires and stuff like that. We gotta swap his track wheels and tires on. They're upstairs. And then we can check the fluids. Brake fluid, diff, trans. I need to see when they were done.
Brakes and the actual
brake fluid. Yeah, and brake pads. think the pads were fine, but I want to look at the pads, I want to look at rotors, and then tires. Now the tires are from last season, but how many days?
I barely used them.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't do that many days last season.
No.
So I would say let's use them. Now just be prepared. The first session is going to be a little dicey because you're going to be shaving off the top section of rubber. I'm just saying, just be conscious that you won't have full grip the first session at least.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm not expecting it.
Jim, I want you to be safe.
Yeah,
okay, so that's why I'm reminding you, and I will remind you again, especially if I'm there, be nice the first session. So we need to check those, and then she should be ready. Now you're going next weekend in NASA, right?
Yeah.
NJMP?
Yep.
Because I think I had that on my calendar too, but I'm not going to be ready. No, actually the following weekend, Jim, 25th and 26th is Shattendown Porsche at NJMP. So I was thinking about doing that one. I still might. 786 is not going to be ready. I may take the purple car, 789, just for a weekend. So think about that if you want to go out next weekend too, or the weekend after as well.
No, depends on how you're doing on the car. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, agreed. I'm just saying it might be fun if we both go to Shattendown. What else, Mr. Owen?
That's about it.
That's
I'm
it?
gonna check to see how you're doing.
No, we're doing great.
Did
you watch?
I don't see my car on the lift.
You watched the last episode, right? 6? The ending of NJMP?
Yes.
Mine did a pretty good job, huh?
She did.
Anyway, all right, Jim, so I'll call you next week. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, because we need to get on a call with the client who's waiting for us to call him. You know, our clients become like family and close friends, and you know, this is their shop. They can come in and just hang out. Yeah, did I tell you the story about him? This makes me laugh. We put the motor in his car, right? And he has one of those throttle modification devices, right? So I put it to 0. So I said, look, just be gentle, car, be easy, right? This one turns it all the way left, thinking it's off. He goes out for one session, comes back in, and I'm talking to a bunch of people.
It was not. The one I have is off. 0 is all the way left, and right, all the way right is up. This one happens to go. You can lower it or raise it. Middle is
right.
0.
So he comes back in.
Cars like going like.
Yeah.
I got in Florida. It's going like 30 miles an hour.
And he's like, he comes back in on the track and starts yelling at me. Mo, you broke my car. What the hell's wrong with my car? Miatas are passing me. I know. He's like, Miatas are passing me.
On the street.
I know.
It's alright, Brian took care of those Miatas for you.
And there's 8 people standing around me. So then I walk over to the car and I look at the car. That's really nice. The car's running great. And I look at him like, Harley, come here. And I said, see that? He's like, yeah, I turned it to 0. I said, no, you didn't. You retarded the acceleration. He said, really? I said, yes. I put it to 0. I said, go back out. He comes back in like this.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, you're right. I said, you need to go walk around everyone who's standing here and tell them.
Mo is not an asshole.
That's right, that you screwed up.
He's still an asshole, but he didn't do anything wrong.
Thanks, I love you too. The client's got quite a personality. He's kind of one of the family now.
I'm gonna go see if you got anything out there to munch on. I'm out of here.
All right, go. Yes, we're on
I think there's Cheetos and...
Oh, Jim! Do you want an empanada?
Oh yeah, try the empanadas.
We have empanadas. Do you want one?
I think your wife probably made something, so I got this for your wife?
No.
Oh, it's another one.
I'm the brains behind the operation.
And that's the way we are here. So let's give him a call. I'm calling now.
Hello.
Hey, it's Mo.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. So I've got my senior guy Dave here. We wanted to talk through the plan with the Charger. You know me, I don't like to just throw a pile of parts at a car. Dave and I were having a conversation with this client to understand kind of what his goals are, what his thoughts are about the car, and our honest feedback. Dave's going to talk to you about a bunch of things in his mind, but before we do that, can you share with us what your vision is with the car? What do you want the car to ultimately be?
I mean, I like the car the way it is. I'd like it to be a little choppier, a little more power. But besides that, you know, it's kind of like an all-wheel drive winter car.
Okay. But what are you towing with the car?
Jet ski or something, probably.
Bike trailer.
Bike trailer, okay. Yeah, in all honesty, anything like we were talking to Mo about with the cam, the 6.1 manifold, all that stuff is going to do is shift your power band away from the low end. When you hook up to the 1,000-pound trailer, it's just going to take that much more throttle input to get you going. So let's focus on down low. I think cubic inch and freer flowing exhaust will definitely help you get the power you're looking for and get the trailer moving easier.
Okay, because the trailer's like maybe once, twice a year. It's not really in the winter. It's maybe summertime we go it once.
But I mean, it's enough that you put a tow hitch on the vehicle.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
But
He's
my
been so
point is-
focused on the tow hitch.
But my point is, if you put a cam in the vehicle, it's going to make it that much more difficult to try to tow it.
Yeah, but it's not gonna make it possible. Just a thought.
But with the right converter, depending on cam,
Right.
like a tow cam would be the best option. Anything else is going to move RPM up. RPM
Understood.
up is going to require a converter. Converter that's going to generate more heat in the transit, overall make the thing a less efficient vehicle for what he's trying to do.
Right, but if he's only towing once a year, the majority, 90+% of his time will be not using the trailer
but
hitch.
then we still have to rebuild a 220,000 mile 5.7.
No, that piece I agree with you. That piece, I'm all with Dave in the fact that before we put any performance upgrades on this motor, I would like Dave to do some diagnosis on the motor to check compression, you know, to see how healthy the motor is, right? Because the worst thing we can do is put a bunch of performance mods on a high mileage motor, and in a month after you leave here, it go boom, right? I mean, seriously, dude. If you're okay with it, the first step is gonna have Dave look at the motor, see how healthy the motor is. I'll have the parts guys do some research to see how much we can get a low mileage 6.1 for.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, at 200,000 miles, like Dave said, that still might be the best option irregardless, is to put a lower mileage, higher displacement, higher power motor from scratch, and then work the upgrades from there. It may not make sense to pour a bunch of money into this motor. It may be better for you to swap in a bigger motor with more power. All right, my friend, listen, have a lovely weekend. Tell the woman I say hi, and tell our good friend Brandon I say hi as well. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Be well. Bye-bye. See? The tow hitch.
It is, no, the 6.1 will be 60% cheaper to get a 6.1 and put a cam in with header,
Right.
then rebuild this 5.7.
Oh, I don't just do that at all. But everything else, let's do the math. Oh, we didn't mention about the header. He's got the broken header
Broken
bolt.
stud, but that's
The
gonna be
motor's
next
got to come out anyway,
Yeah,
right?
the motor's gonna come out anyway.
Okay.
There's no putting that motor back in without completely tearing it down.
Yeah. ASMR.
Holding. Down.
This young man purchased a really nice Subaru BRZ, his first car, and like all young men, he wanted it to be louder. So we put a very nice exhaust on the car. It wasn't obnoxiously loud, it was just loud enough to have a nice deep tone and a little bit of bark on the car. He's super excited. He can't even drive yet, doesn't have his license. Hopefully he'll have his license soon. He and his dad are prepping this BRZ for him to drive when he gets his license. He's super excited. We did the exhaust, car sounded great. It's a nice exhaust. And I can tell he has a list of upgrades in his head already that he wants to do. So I'm pretty excited for him going along the path of becoming a car guy. It's kind of cool. So we had to bring 786 to the body shop. During the last outing, she had a little tiff with a Miata. I won't say what I want to say. The body shop finally got us an opening, so you know, Hassan and I strapped the car up. I need another body, especially my shoulder. I had shoulder surgery about a month ago, and it's healing. Not where I want it to be yet, but it's healing, so I have to be careful. Straps that I have are the best ones. I don't know why. I can't find any other straps like that. Yes, I was careful. We are on our way to the body shop. They've got some questions about some parts they need for 786 to put her back together again. As we said, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the King's horses and all the King's men could not put Humpty Dumpty back again, but Reliance Bodywork will. Hopefully it'll be some parts we can source. We gotta get 786 back to black again because in 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks, I'll be on track with her doing some testing, and then we're prepping for the 5th and 6th AER endurance race. 786 needs to be competing in that race, okay? Hello.
Hey. You want to attach anything, a headlight,
Yes.
or anything to it?
Yeah, that's a problem.
We need it. Frame rail we can get around.
Right, I gave you a brand new one.
Right. We might be able to get that, which is that.
I might have this because I bought entire wheelhouse from Germany.
He thinks he's got a whole apron back at the shop.
Yeah, literally this whole wheelhouse, the whole wheelhouse I have, I think. What else you need?
How much you need?
That's it?
Uh-huh.
That
We
was
just
easy.
want to know that you're going to put headlights in it.
Yes,
so-
of course. Well, you should have the headlights. They're right there.
Right.
And those are the kidney grills. The radiator support should be another box that you guys got, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go back now.
That's all we
and get
needed.
that. Okay, I'll be back in 10. They needed the driver's front apron. That's the piece that hangs below the fender. It is quite mangled. I did not realize how mangled it was. People are not letting me in. I ordered a complete wheelhouse from BMW Munich, and I think we still have that one side of the shelf. We can hopefully use that. Fingers crossed though, it's the right side. On our way back to the body shop, we got that wheelhouse that hopefully he'll have all the parts he needs to put Humpty Dumpty back together again so she can go slay some other cars. Tom, look.
I see.
Use whatever you need,
Yeah, yeah.
but give me back the rest.
Yeah, always.
Because it's not available anymore.
Probably won't.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, call me if you need anything else.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Like you, Tom, I want to waste time, okay? I want to get stuff done.
Exactly what I want.
Thank you, guys. Call me if you need anything else. So I'm super, super excited about finishing, putting her back together again. Look, 786 is back from the body shop. She's looking good. Look, fresh headlights. And she look pretty.